this video, you're going to learn how much you should be charging for a standard marketing funnel. Hi guys, I'm Mike from sellyourservice.co.uk. So what does a standard marketing funnel look like and how much should you charge for it? Well, a lot of that depends on your definition of what standard means. So when I first started my funnel business, I really struggled to find leads and customers. I really struggled to find clients or anyone that really wanted to buy a marketing funnel from me. And it's quite disheartening. I'm sure you've been through that. Those that I did talk to, or those that did want to have a conversation with me, told me that I was too expensive, even though I was charging like $1,000 or $2,000 for the proposal and for the project. And I'd seen stories and articles and blogs and videos and shit of people doing $10,000 and $25,000 and $100,000 websites. And I was like, well, the funnel is just a website. Like, what is it that I'm doing differently? What is it that I'm doing wrong? And the problem is that I was thinking about price in the wrong way, which is really common. It's not something that's really widely discussed. The way we are taught to think about pricing is fundamentally incorrect. The very method that we are taught about pricing is wrong. We are taught about pricing from the standpoint of typically a commercial consumer rather than a valuable business provider. Everyone kind of fought me on when I decided to raise my prices. I needed to eat, I needed to pay the bills, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't seem to raise my prices. I couldn't seem to just say, well, for the same project, the exact same outline, I couldn't say to someone, well, this is $10,000 now. Everyone fought me on that. My competition told me that I was too expensive. I don't know why you would do that. If your competition thought you were too expensive, wouldn't you want them to be too expensive so they'd go out of business? I never understood that. But they did. I regularly got emails from two guys named Martin and David who would regularly tell me that I was too expensive and that I was kind of conning people out of money. And I was like, well, okay, that's fine. Incidentally, those guys went to court and lost. Customers would fight me. Customers would say, absolutely not. That's crazy money. I was thinking maybe a tenth of that, maybe 10%. If I put a $25,000 proposal in front of someone, they would expect to pay maybe $2,000 equivalent. There's no way I could even think about 100 grand, okay? Everyone fought me. Even my colleagues told me I was too high. A lot of this, I believe, is price bias, where people struggle with pricing because they think, well, if Mike starts to charge more, then that's going to leave us behind, and that's really off-putting to a lot of people. I think that's quite scary to some people. There's a huge misconception that the market dictates the price. Pseudo investors and people who think they know what they're talking about when it comes to stock markets and shares and investing, they go, oh, well, of course, the problem is that the market dictates the price. No, it doesn't. That's absolute horseshit. You dictate the price. The market decides whether they'll buy it. That's very different. And also, that typically suits commodities more than prices. And I can prove this. There is a product. I'll even try and get the image up. There's a product that does chocolate anuses. So it's human anuses, shape of an anus, chocolate, and you buy 3 of them, and they're a crazy amount of money. The market would logically dictate a price of that of 0 because it's disgusting and it's already overpriced, even if it was just sold the equivalent volume and weight of chocolate. If you choose the right market, they will pay anything. The difference between a cheap Casio watch and a, I don't know, 200,000, is it Auger Peugeot AP watch? They both tell the time, which is pretty much the function of it, right? And that's what a lot of people boil it down to, is function. But one of them is aimed at one market and one of them is aimed at a very different market. The concept around pricing is not dictated by the market, it's dictated by you, presuming that you are in the right market. I think a lot of the time we worry that price is something that you will receive in exchange for work. It's like saying, I'm going to do this work for you and you're going to give me this price. We think of price as an exchange for something you will receive. You will receive in exchange for doing work. And instead, price is something you should offer for certain results. Imagine that. Imagine if pricing was seen as something actually that you offer to someone in exchange for results, completely changing the perception around what pricing would be. So what a lot of people do is they think, right, well, I want to build marketing funnels and I'm going to build out a standard funnel. It'll have a sales page, a checkout page, an upsell page. It'll have a downsell page, a delivery page, and then I'll do a squeeze page and a thank you page and another delivery page. I'll do some email automation. How much could I charge for that? And that's thinking in exchange of price being exchanged for work. Instead, it's something you offer for results. So instead, you're going to start thinking, I'm going to deliver people sales on automation. I'm going to increase the lifetime value of their customers. I'm going to increase the average transaction value of their customers. I'm going to increase the number of customers they sell to. That trifecta, by the way, is what we call transaction density. So volume, so the sheer number of people who buy per day, how many or how much they spend per product, and how much that customer spends in a lifetime. That's what we call transaction density. So if you think in terms of results, you can go, well, I'm going to increase transaction density, and I'm going to increase the amount of traffic that sees their website, and I'm going to increase the number of leads that business gets. What would someone pay for that? What should I offer that for? So we're flipping the model, and we're going to go back to that again. It shouldn't be what should you charge for a funnel. It should be what should you deliver for a price. So rather than thinking, I've got all of these features, how much should I charge for it? Instead, you're going to go, I want to charge $25,000. What should I deliver? What results can I get for someone for $25,000? If we're going to work out how much to charge for a standard marketing funnel, we need to take a few steps back. First of all, number one, what does standard mean to you? What is a standard marketing funnel? To me, a standard marketing funnel would be an email campaign to launch a product, a sales funnel, a little bit of remarketing, an email campaign to move people through that product, a sales letter, a product sales page, 2 video sales letters, a checkout page with an order bump, an upsell page, a downsell page, and a couple of delivery pages. That to me is the type of marketing funnel that I really love building. We're good at building them. That there is a standard marketing funnel for me. It's templated. I know how to build it. We have a process for building it. Our team is able to pump them out in a matter of days, even hours in some cases. That to me is my standard. So you have to understand, what does standard mean to you? What part of the funnel do you want to build? Do you want to build webinar funnels or content funnels? Do you want to be focusing on top of funnel content where just at blog posts and landing pages? Or do you want to come down to the middle of the funnel with squeeze pages and tripwires, or the bottom of the funnel with sales funnels and profit maximizers and recurring revenue? Where do you want to focus? Ask yourself not what you should charge, but what you would deliver. So the reason we frame it like this is I want you to think about if someone had to put $25,000 into your bank account tomorrow. You can't refund it. It stays in there. What are you going to deliver them for $25,000? Not what do you want to build compared to what are you going to pay? Instead, I want you to think about, someone's going to give me 25 grand. How am I going to make that valuable for them? How am I going to help them get 100% ROI or 200% ROI? How am I going to help them generate $50,000 for that or $100,000 from investing $25,000 in their own business? That's where the money's going, is into their own business. And this is the big difference around price. You shouldn't be thinking about how much price or how much charge or what you should charge, because that's assuming that someone's giving you something. Instead, what they are doing is investing in their own business. You're just helping them. They are investing in their own business. They're putting $25,000 into their own business. What are you going to do for that? And you have to think of it as an investment, because a price is an expense, okay? I have expenses. Petrol, I think, is a really good expense, or gasoline, whatever you want to call it, diesel. That's a good example of an expense. I put money away, I put it in the car. It actually doesn't yield me any results. Yes, it allows me to get to work or see a client meeting, but the reality is it's just money. It's an expense. It's a line item. It's not an investment. If they put $25,000 into their own business, are they going to make any money back? If they make money back, that is an investment. And it's possible that that $25,000 will make them money for the rest of their life and for the rest of their business. Okay, imagine that. Putting 25 grand in and getting money out every single day for the rest of your life. That's what I call a hell of an investment. You've got to get out of the idea that some customers will find it too expensive. Some customers will find everything too expensive. There's no point trying to convince someone who is a skeptic or a cynic and trying to convince them that it's worthwhile. You're never going to do it. You're better off spending your energy, time, and money looking for people who want those results and having conversations with people who want the results that you can offer, who have the problems that you can solve, and who want the solutions that you can deliver. And say to them, yeah, if you want us to deliver if you want me to deliver this solution and solve that problem, it's going to cost 25 grand. And you will find people out there who say, that's great, fantastic. They'll be happy to pay $25,000. They'll be happy to pay $50,000 or $100,000 or even more. You've got to get out the idea that customers will find it too expensive. The last thing I think you need to be aware of is, what do you need to make per funnel? What is it you need to make per funnel? Let's say that you want a $100,000 a year business. That's 4 $25,000 websites. That's not a huge amount. It's really not. 4 websites, 4 funnels in the space of a year? That's 1 a quarter, okay? That's not a lot. You then need to find a market that can support that. So this is where we start to get into building a niche or finding out a particular customer type or a market, rather than thinking about, do you know what? I want to make 25 grand per customer. I'm going to go out and just randomly try and sell that. Think about, well, which market could support me for that kind of money? To work with one customer every 3 months and get 25 grand out of them, and say to them, okay, well, someone who's going to want to invest 25,000, they're probably going to want to make at least double that back, so 50,000. So I need to find people who have got either $1,000 products and sell 50 of them, or $50 products and sell 1,000 of them. Like, I don't know. They need to have 25,000 to invest. They're probably going to need themselves a turnover of around 500,000, I would argue. If you had a turnover around 500,000, you got 25 grand to spend on building out a marketing automation funnel. Look for those characteristics that would allow the support of your funnel price, and then choose the niche after that. Don't choose a niche. A lot of people go after social enterprises because they feel it's an easy sale. It's like, they constantly need help. Yeah, they do constantly need help. They've never got any goddamn money though. So I would rather go after someone who I know can support my business and allow me to continue growing, employing people, hiring people, and growing my own results. That was how much to charge for a marketing funnel or a standard marketing funnel. In my opinion, standardizing is probably the first step that you need to start taking in order to become profitable and to know how much to charge. It's much easier to know what you should be charging for something that you deliver every single day. The problem is that a lot of funnel builders try to custom build and custom develop everything from scratch and have custom projects all the time, and they never know what to charge for it. So my advice would be to standardize your stack, make sure that you're delivering a standard result, and then go find a market that wants that, and also find a market that can support your pricing model. If you've got any more questions about your pricing model, how do you feel about that as a pricing model, the 25K drop, or I'm going to put 25 grand into your account, you've got to tell me what you're going to deliver. Just try that exercise, write it out, and then try a 10,000 one and a 5,000 and $100. Go all the way down and see what would you deliver for that, rather than what do you want to deliver, what's the price. Think about, I'm going to put some money in your account, what are you going to deliver for that? Tell me that one instead. Let me know in the comments below what you would deliver for $25,000. And I will see you guys later. Thanks very much for watching to the end of the video. I'm probably going to put a couple of videos either side of my head here. One of which will probably be along the lines of, I don't know, maybe a sales letter or something, how much we should charge. I'll tell you what it would be, like when profit isn't profit. We'll put that one just here. which is basically says $10,000 funnel might not be as profitable as another $10,000 funnel. On the other side, maybe I'll put low sales versus high price. How is it that you can charge a low sale number, a low price for a funnel, and a high price for another funnel? Thanks very much, guys. I'm Mike from Sell Your Service. I'll speak to you later. Keep building those funnels.